Fun fact, everybody starts with 0 subscribers, so why are you watching this video right now? Well, your channel feels stuck. Maybe you had momentum and now it's stopped. Maybe you've never had momentum. Maybe you just started your channel. And I resonate with that because both of my channels started with 0, and they now surpassed over 360,000 subscribers collectively, and they have completely different audiences, completely different niches, in fact. And the ability for me to grow these channels successfully boils down to 3 simple things. The same 3 things that separate the channels that blow up, the ones that take off, from the ones that do a whole lot of nothing. And most people never get told what those things are. So with that being said, if your channel feels stuck right now, you're posting and trying to follow all the tips and tricks and nothing's happening, this video's for you, because I'm about to walk you through what actually moves the needle. And I'm going to do it in a way that's more transparent and easy to understand than these other guys that are out here trying to sell you false promises. Side note, it might be so simplistic that it pisses you off a little bit. All right, now here's the entire platform of YouTube, and I'm talking about the whole thing, boiled down to 3 very basic questions. Number 1, how many people saw your stuff? Number 2, how many of them actually watched it, consumed it, right, and loved it? And number 3, what are you going to do with all that attention once you have it? That's it. That's all of YouTube. Attract, retain, convert. All boiled down. And everything else that you see on YouTube. You can watch a video from any guru and place it in one of those 3 buckets. So let's take a look at them one at a time. Now, like I just said, the first one is how many people see your stuff. And here's the thing. This gets decided by the platform way earlier on in the process than you think, because it's mainly about your idea, not the editing itself. Obviously, the title and the thumbnail matter, but most people spend all their time filming and editing and almost no time on ideation, figuring out what the video is going to be and how it's going to be positioned. That's backwards. The idea is the thing that turns a channel from doing nothing, frustrated, maybe where you are right now, into a crazy rocket ship with a ton of momentum and traction. So before you ever pick up a camera, do yourself a favor and go out and do your homework. Look at how big the audience for that idea actually is. Are there people out there that want this? That's something that is such a common sense question, but so many people fail to ask it. I'm not talking about your circle either. I'm talking about complete strangers. Because you could go out and technically make the best video in the world, subjectively, but if you made it about something that only like 100 people care about, 100 people is now your ceiling. And that doesn't mean all 100 of them are actually going to watch it either. The point I'm trying to make here is that we decide how big it could be before we ever actually hit record. So you should definitely get excited about your topic 100%, but you need to be smart about it. Spend some time in that world first. Consume the content. Look at all the different ideas that you have and search them. I know it sounds old school, but it is. I've been on YouTube since 2009, and until AI existed, that's how we did our research. Idea, search it. Does it exist? What does that look like? I need you to understand that you watch what's already working, not to copy it, but to confirm or validate that there's already an audience for it. See what people are actually showing up for. See who the other names in the space are. See what their interests are. The people who skip these steps are almost always the one that spend all their time on the edit and they get absolutely nowhere with their channel. All right, now the second question is how many people watched your video and loved your video? Not just watched, but loved. There's a massive difference. You guys know that between the two. That's the whole game of YouTube right here. Because somebody could click your video, technically watch it, but they leave after 5 seconds, or they could sit there completely glued to the screen and then watch 2, 3, 4 more of your videos. YouTube's watching to see which one happens when somebody comes to your video, and it only really pushes the videos that people love. Hopefully that makes sense. So your job is to give them an experience, not just a lecture, not just dumping information or talking at them, bringing them into the conversation. See, anybody can go to Gemini or, ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, there's a million of them now, Manus, and they can get information. They came for who said it. They came for the delivery system, the energy, the feeling. You are the delivery system. And you're the thing that they came for that they can't just replicate anywhere. That's the important thing that you guys, I think a lot of times, and I'm not trying to be rude, but you don't understand the importance of you. Now, before I jump into the next one, if you're ready to take a deep dive on everything that I'm breaking down in this video, I put everything that you need into my Ultimate YouTube Growth Guide, which is a perfect companion for all of my videos here on this channel. Over 9,000 people have downloaded it just in the last 6 months alone. I haven't had any complaints, but if you do download it, just do me a favor and actually do something with it. I want to see your channel get into momentum. So if you're interested, I have a link in the description box below. Go click it, do something with it, and enjoy. Okay, so this next one might be a little bit hard to hear. I know what some of you guys are going to be thinking. If you have a hair trigger temper, you might just want to turn off the video or sit down. But I want you guys to hear me out. Do not, and I repeat, do not fall in love with your own videos. I know you worked hard on it. The content's not for you. It's for them. Should you be proud of it? 100%. But the second you start making videos to impress yourself instead of actually serving your audience, you've already lost. If you're doing it as a hobby, if you're doing it as a creative outlet, 100% cool, like do you. But I'm talking about building an audience and then converting the audience and being able to hopefully one day be able to do YouTube full time. You make it for them every single time. How can I please them? How can I give them an experience? How can I move their life in the right direction? Even with entertainment content, you might have a cooking channel. You might have a, fishing channel. Well, it's not going to change somebody's life. You're wrong. What you do matters. And what you do with entertainment is take somebody out of their situation and now they're engulfed in what you're doing. Cooking channel, obviously, there's some tutorial aspect to it. But I just want to put that out there because so many times people make a video, they put it out, and then they watch it over and over and over again. They get giddy. And I worked with musicians for years, so I know what this is like. They make a song that they absolutely love, and then they get hung up and they don't put anything else out because they're so proud of it. They think that this is the one, and they all of a sudden become the consumer of their own product. Who is it? Scarface, don't get high on your own supply? It's kind of similar. I'm looking at YouTube as a business mechanism, by the way. So if it bothers you, totally cool. If you're a true artiste, totally cool. I was a music producer. I love art. I love everything on that side of things. But I'm trying to get you guys paid. I'm trying to get you guys into momentum. Anyway, the third question. And almost nobody plans for this one. What do you do with that attention once you get it? So many people chase the views and subscribers, and they have zero plan on what to do when it actually does work. And then when it works, they panic. They fumble the whole entire thing. I've seen it time and time again. I've done it a couple times. You got to understand ahead of time. You need to be planned. I said attract, retain, convert. Not just two, all three. Are you building a business through YouTube, like I said? Maybe a community? Just sharing something that you love? There's no wrong answers here. But you need to have an answer. Now I'm going to put something into perspective for you and show you what your actual chances are of being able to do YouTube full time. Let me break it down with an example. Think about how many kids play high school baseball. And then out of all of the kids that play high school baseball, how many get to go to college to play college baseball? Division I, Division II, Division III, community college, all the way up to an Ivy League school. Then out of all of those people, and the people from overseas who are fighting for the major league spots, how many of those college kids actually make it to the majors? Very few. And you can see the problem here. It's a whole lot of people that start, and then there's only so many people that take it so seriously and are obsessed about it that get to the next step. And out of all of those people, there's other people in other countries that are now competing for the limited spots in the major leagues, doing it professionally, being able to make it a career, have enough income to do the things they want to do. Same goes for YouTube, but same goes for a lot of things in life. Same goes for a career, same goes for health and fitness, same goes for relationships. But you never make it to the major leagues unless you're obsessively focused with the results, obsessively focused with figuring out the game of it. I always say that YouTube is like a sport. If you treat it like a sport, you can get paid like an athlete. The other thing that I want to bring up in this video is there's two types of people. If I told you that once you fill this jelly bean jar, let's say this, once you fill this with jelly beans to the very top, all of your dreams are going to come true. 90+% of you guys are going to say, well, I wonder how many jelly beans that's going to take. I think it might be. And then there's other people that just start putting them in one by one. One by one. They know that if they keep moving their feet forward, they're going to get to the goal. Those are the people that succeed. So many times you think about, I got to be prepared and I really don't want to make a mistake in this and this. You're not going to succeed. Just point blank. Your repetition builds your reputation. There are the people that are always in the planning phase and never in the action phase. So if you go out and put a video up and you look and see what it did, you improve a little bit every single time. You do what I told you earlier in the video by looking at the total addressable market. Is there an actual market for this before you spend any time or effort? And then how can you dominate that space? Again, if you're doing this as a hobby, as a creative outlet, stop watching YouTube growth videos. Stop worrying about it. Just do it for fun. I have fun doing these, but I have a very different vision. And I know a lot of you guys watching these videos do as well. That's the thing. If you're ready to take your channel to the next level, watch this video next. If you haven't yet, click that little button to subscribe here and join the channel family. Let me know what the #1 takeaway, even if you had an aha moment while watching this video, is in the comments below. And until next time, I appreciate you watching.